What I hear you say is governors are somewhat scared of the political consequence of putting their foot down and saying whatever it would take, I would ensure that everything that needs to be done to get my state working, is still pending. So what do you think, or what would you suggest that they need to start doing? Taking away every form of political consequence. I know that you had to sack some teachers that were not performing in your state. So with respect to this, how can we start to take this conversation to the next level? I reckon that as business people would say, oh, this is my business. When it comes to politics, I mean, that is also, some people's business, right? So what can we start to do to move this conversation forward? Thank you.
The question on political consequences. I think it will be very naive to say that politicians are not afraid of being voted out of office. Politicians are afraid. When I decided that I was going to sack 22,000 semi-literate teachers, I was told that I was not going to be re-elected. But I went ahead because I did not care to be re-elected. I didn't like the job anyway. Okay? All right? I was forced into it. I didn't want to run for governor. President Buhari said I must. So, if the only thing I will do is one term but get rid of bad teachers so that public schools will function, I was ready to do it. Okay, but not everyone is ready to take that kind of risk. This is the problem. And this is why, during the debate on constitutional amendments, some of us made the suggestion that maybe we should amend our constitution to have one term of 7 years. So that you don't have to go for re-election. You have one shot to do the right thing, and that's it. But to say that politicians do not take into account election cycle is being naive. We have a 4-year election cycle. How much can you do in 4 years? This is why I put on the table that the next president of Nigeria must be willing to take very difficult decisions, cut the cost of governance at the federal level, flip the expenditure ratios from 30% capital expenditure, 70% recurrent, to 70% capital, 30% recurrent. Some states are doing it. Lagos is doing it. Kaduna has been doing 60, 70% capital. But we had to take some very difficult decisions, and we didn't care about political consequences for the simple reason that I didn't care to be re-elected. Okay? But not everyone is willing to do that. There are many states with bad teachers, but they choose, we'll train them. How do you train an illiterate to teach? You can't. You have to fire him. But many are not willing to do that. And there are issues like that. Okay? So it's something that we need to bear in mind.